Welcome, El Toro football fans and all Charger fans to the September 12th game between your El Toro High School and the visiting Chubico Hills. Tonight's match pins up a couple crosstown rivals. I'd like to call this a friendly rivalry, but we're probably not going to see that today. For Chubico Hills, captains are number 8, Riley Overman, number 12, Owen Bailey, 18, Micah Bowen, and number 31, Skylar Ritchie. For your El Toro Chargers, we have number 2, Micaiah Chi, number 11, Matthew Arroyo, number 26, Malachi Mena, and number 32, Henry Stevenson. Tonight, you're joining us on Hometown Heroes Night. You'll see on your screen right now, we do have members of the Orange County Sheriff's Department, Orange County Fire Authority, United States Marine Corps, United States Navy, and United States Army coming off the field. They were out there for the coin toss. We also had an overhead flight by Duke. For those of you that have lived in Lake Forest, you know Duke is a colloquial name for our helicopter from the OC Sheriff's Department. Tonight's matchup with Chubico Hills High School is just like last week. On paper, when you take a look at it, it looks like a steep hill to climb. In California, Chubico Hills is ranked number 86 in the state, according to Max Preps. When you look at El Toro High School, 251. Now, that is an improvement of 30 spots from last week. You look at the southern section, El Toro is ranked 120. Chubico Hills is ranked 16 in the southern section. OC Register also has Chubico Hills at number 16 for the Orange County High Schools. So, like last week on paper, it looks like a David and Goliath match, but we also saw what happened last week. So let's see if El Toro can capture that same kind of magic and bring this victory home again for the home team. I am joined again by Matt Jones. How you doing, Matt Jones?
I'm doing good, Brian. It's going to be a fun game tonight, I feel. It's going to be exciting. I feel like there's going to be a lot of action both ways. I expect it to get a little bit chippy, so let's see how the refs are tonight. But yeah, this should be fun.
Here we go with our kickoff. Nice and high. It's going to end up falling around the 10-yard line. Gets fielded by Chubico Hills High School. They form their wedge, but he does run into number 0. That would be Achilles Segura. And there's that chippiness to start. Chubico is trying to lay a little bit of wood there, but he ended up getting hip-tossed by the El Toro player. Said, not today, buddy. So that was number 0 for El Toro with the initial contact, Achilles Segura. Achilles right now is doing very well for himself on the defensive side of the ball. He has 20 tackles for the team. Not our leading tackler, but well up there with everybody else. Let's see what's happening with Chubico, because their quarterback, from what I heard, they had a game last week, and we'll catch you guys up on it soon. So quarterbacking for Chubico is going to be number 3, Landon Pompey. Switch over to the trips formation at the top side of the screen. I think they're going to be screening that play. Oh, it got broken up real quickly by number 5 for El Toro. That is going to be Braden Stewicki, our little sophomore. So what I was bringing up about Chubico coming into this game is Chubico's coming in with a different quarterback than they started the season with. So they started the season with senior Tristan Zale. Last week, while they were playing in their victory over St. Pius, he broke his hand. And in breaking his hand, throwing hand especially, couldn't complete that game and isn't going to be starting today. So they're going to be without his 410 passing yards on the season. Snap is good. Ball is quickly thrown to the bottom of your screen to number 18, who tries to shuck and jive through number 9. He does get enough yards for the first down. That'll give him roughly 12 yards. The ball will be spotted on the 13-9-yard line. So that's a gain of 11 yards on that. That'll give him the first. So Chubico Hills is trying out their different quarterback, number 3, that is Landon Pompey, who is actually the team's leading rusher going into today's game with 73 yards total. Snap is good. Given for a power play up the side. He's going to gain himself 4, maybe 5 yards. Finally brought down by a few different defenders. The initial contact is by, I want to call that number 93. But he's got his jersey all packed up, so I can't see that. But it's going to be one of our nose tackles, one of our tackles off there. They're coming out quick. 2 receivers in the top, 1 in the slot top, and then 1 at the bottom. The snap is high, but handled quickly. It was an option read play. Quick pass to number 5. So that was a reception by Evan Negrete, who gets taken down very quickly by number 11, Matthew Arroyo. That does give Tribuco Hills the first down. We should be seeing a lot of that today. When you're working with the new quarterback who's trying to figure out what he's going on with this team, initially he's listed at wide receiver, which is probably where he was playing prior to getting called up. He's going to not know the playbook. He's not going to be maybe as refined as your initial starting quarterback. So a lot of quick passes is what I plan to see today. He breaks the pocket, breaks containment, gets a blocker down the side. That's where he's going to be dangerous, folks. That's why he's the team's leading rusher. When he gets out and breaks contain, he's not going to be like your typical quarterback who works mostly on passing and throwing and that kind of footwork. He's going to be like a running back. So that's where El Toro needs to be careful with him. He did gain enough yards to get the first down, and then they're going to be going quickly. El Toro is getting lined up a little bit late to the party. They have a 5-man front. Motion up and down for Tribuco. Snap is go. It is another keeper. Rolls out. Matthew Arroyo meets him. Pass is incomplete. Intended for, I think that's number 2. Yep, that was intended for number 2. That is Joshua Fitch, who's got averaging 73 yards per game coming into this game. So he's one of their more lauded wide receivers, but just wasn't enough on the target to get brought in. The quarterback did take a nice hit into the ground right after that play. Tribuco comes back out, split receivers top and bottom. Here we go. The snap is good. It's another read option play. He's going to roll out again, but this time number 4, Quattro Chandel, takes him down. The ball doesn't make it to the line of scrimmage. We're going to have an intentional grounding,
It should be
folks.
an intentional grounding right there.
So he was out of the pocket.
He was out of the pocket. That's true.
But the ball did not make it to the original line of scrimmage. Nope, there is going to be no foul for intentional grounding. It is going to bring up 3rd and 10. That was Quattro Chandel on the pressure. One of El Toro's star wrestlers. Quick up again. Tribuco Hills is set back up. Let's see what happens on this 3 and long. Snap is good. Lots of pressure. That's where your screenplay comes in. And the screenplay was just good enough to get him out there, enough for a first down, making it up to the 17-yard line. And we do have a flag. We do have a flag. So those of you that have joined us last week, you saw a lot of flags. The crew we have today is a set crew, so 4 out of the 5 of these gentlemen work together every game. There is one fill-in guy, but I met him, and I'll have you know, Nate, fantastic referee, actually.
All right. This looks like it might be in the area of holding. There was a receiver that was locked up on a corner right there, so we may see an offensive holding.
I saw that too, but the timing of the flag happened after the play was over, so that's where I question it. We will see what's going on. It's going to go against Tribuco. The officials are starting to signal that way. Dead ball, so it happened after. He's going to be asking for a number. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Tribuco. So that friendly rivalry I said was probably not going to be here is showing its face early. I didn't see any actions that were necessarily bad, but I'm guessing maybe his mouth was not what he wanted it to be, what the referee wanted it to be. So that would be my guess, folks. If you saw something that I didn't see, drop it in the comments. Because for today, I am turning on the live mode. I want to see if anybody actually live chats this. Okay, so that'll take them back 15 yards. Because it was a dead ball foul, they did get the first down. So the first down has been established. They will move back 15 from there. It will not be 1st and 25. It'll be 1st and 15 from the new spot. When the referee marks ready to play, that's when the yard lines are established as far as what a first down is. Here we go. Motion man number 5 goes to the top of the screen. Snap is good. Option read, but he does hand it off this time. The give was to number 21 for Tribuco. That is Luke Hoffman. He leads the team in all-purpose yards with 205 coming into today's game. He's also their leading scorer with 3 touchdowns. So he was able to find a little crease on the left side of the ball, work his way out.
Had some opportunities to make that tackle on the outside there. Just a little bit over anxious. Ran kind of through the tackle instead of into him.
Yep. That does take him back to where the ball would have been placed prior to the foul. The ball is given again to number 21. Mr. Hoffman gets taken down. I see a gain of what appears to be 4. Ball will be placed on the left hash. Toro's all set. They're showing a little bit of extra pressure with the 5-man front. Tribuco, 1 running back. Snap is good. It's going to be a quick pass. Connected with his receiver, but quickly brought down for no extra gain. That is number 9 on the tackle. That'll be Noah Cisneros. Enough for a first down. Ball is spotted on the 11-yard line. Here we go. They are at the 11-yard line, so they are able to get another first down at the 1-yard line. Tribuco sets up again. Everybody in a tight formation. Nobody wide. Motion man comes across. It is a quick give to him. Number 18 runs across, cuts across, finds one crease. Does get brought down eventually. Would not want to be at the bottom of that heavy man pile. The tackle initiated by number 11, Matthew Arroyo. That is a gain of 6. The ball is spotted now at the 5-yard line. Second down and 4 to go. Here we go. Now they have 2 men wide out right, but it's going to be a quarterback keep who comes across the field, just moving with a lot of speed. That is a touchdown for Tribuco.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to see that a lot tonight. We're going to see a lot of that play action, option read type of offense coming out of Tribuco. I mean, with their starting quarterback down, their next guy up is their starting running back. So he's kind of been the stat leader so far this season. So expect to see a lot of him tonight.
Yeah, and he was just moving with the purpose. It's early part of the game, so let's see how Artolo is able to respond to that. Kicking for Tribuco is going to be number 80, Fergus Gray. Snap is good. Ball is up through the uprights. That'll be good for the additional point after. There you go, Mr. Official. Please signal to the home side. That brings our score to 7-0. There are 8 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first quarter. So we're trying something new today. Nate's trying to do double duty for us. He's trying to do the scoreboard bug that you see on the screen in addition to announcing with us. His brain can split a lot better than mine. Because if I'm doing one, I'm not. Yeah, we'll see. So if you see a little bit of funniness happening at the bottom, Grace is your answer for us today. But it looks like he's got the right time and score, so I think we're doing okay. Back to receive for El Toro. Our number 1, Bryce Thacker, and number 0, Achilles Segura. Slight change from what we've had in the weeks past. Maybe Lofthouse wanted to see something more out of the kickoff return or watch something on film. This is where it gets interesting. Kickoff is coming up. High kick, not a lot of distance on it, but he puts him on the 1-yard line where Bryce takes it out. He comes out, he has a hole, he finds a small opening, but he works his way up to the 27-yard line. Good run. I would call that a 27-yard return for Bryce. Yeah, it's interesting. When they came into film, they were watching film about Tribuco, and it's all been their normal quarterback, Tristan Zale. And now he's got to come in and say he's got about a quarter's worth of film from last week from Tribuco. So here comes El Toro. Your normal cast of characters is out there. Micaiah Cheese in the backfield, 2 receivers top and bottom of the screen. Tribuco showing a 3-man front, but showing pressure from the linebacker, so might be coming with 5, but they fall back, so it's just a 3-man rush. Plenty of time for Nucci, who finds number 11, Matthew Arroyo, completed, makes the first guy miss. Finally gets brought down by the safety, a wing and a prayer. at the 48-yard line. That gives him a gain of about 21 yards. That will move the chains for El Toro and bring up a first down. Trabuco might want to rethink this three-man front. The offensive line for El Toro is quite solid, mostly made up of seniors. Snap is good. Give it to Micaiah Chief. Finds a hole in the middle, but gets taken down by the nose tackle. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication because he ran the direction the nose tackle was. Number 9 for Trabuco Hills. That is Ryan Brown. Listed as a middle linebacker. Interesting. 5'10", 175. But now he moves back. Now a real nose tackle gets put in. Let's see. 3-man front. 2 backers are feigning slight pressure. 3-man bottom of the field. Oh, decides to keep it. Decides to run. Finds a crease.
There we
finds
go.
a sideline. That's where you're supposed to work these plays. Big play. Big play for Wyatt Nucci. Now they haven't moved it. Nope, chains are moving. No flags on that one. That will be a first down. We're going to call that a gain of about 25 again. Big chunk plays for El Toro. Ball gets spotted at the 35-yard line. Big first down. 3 wide receivers set towards the bottom of the screen, 1 towards the top. This offense is deciding to want to hum this morning or this evening. Micaiah Chief still in the backfield. Ball is snapped. It's a gift to Micaiah Chief. Finds a hole in the middle. Fights his way forward. I would say 4 yards, 3 yards. We're going to call that 3 yards. I don't think El Toro's going to stop smacking that middle. I think they're going to say, fine, you're only going to give us 3 here and there. We're going to break one of these eventually. They're going to figure out the protection. They're going to figure out what the tendencies are with Trabuco Hills, and they're going to break one of those up the middle for something big. Here we go. El Toro sets up 2 wide receivers at the top, 2 at the bottom, including Tatau, who was last week's MVP for El Toro. No running back. Micaiah Chi is in motion now. Ends up in the backfield. Give it to Micaiah. Finds a hole up the middle. No, it was a keep. Look at that. They fooled me. It was a quarterback keep. He makes his way back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. That's where I figure out my age sometimes, when I think I know where the ball's going because I thought I saw it and it wasn't to him.
I mean, I think he faked everybody out on that one. I for sure thought he had the ball too.
Yeah, I think Micaiah was tackled by 3 or so players up the field. Here we go. 3 wide receivers towards the bottom of the screen. Micaiah's back in the backfield. Snap is good. Falls back to pass. He's looking. He's scanning. He's finding. Oh, ends up overthrowing to Tatau, and it ends up being intercepted by Trabuco Hills, who falls on the ball at the 19-yard line for themselves. It'll bring up first down for Trabuco Hills. But we do have a flag on the play. Let's see what this flag is. They're going to be talking. I didn't see it again. I must be using my non-official eyes today.
Maybe a late hit on the quarterback.
Yep, we'll see what they end up calling it. So here we have holding is a signal. Maybe. They're talking. Oh, it's a go.
It's against Trabuco.
It's a holding against Trabuco. So how do you keep a man from getting to his spot to catch a ball? You hold him. Devastating penalty for Trabuco. Fantastic penalty for El Toro. That'll move the ball up 10 yards from the spot of from the line of scrimmage. And it'll retain the ball for the Chargers. Okay. Nerves come out, right? Nerves happen. Nerves come out. That's gone. Erased. I always tell my players memory of a goldfish. Because goldfish have a 3-second memory, they say. Although I think Mythbusters busted that. They taught a goldfish to work through a maze. But still, we have a first down and 10. The ball is spotted at the 14-yard line, making the 4-yard line the line to gain. 2 wide receivers at the top, 2 at the bottom. Micaiah Chi in the backfield once again.
This is where you can expect to see some blitzes and pressure from Trabuco. Watching film from last week, outside of the red zone, not a whole lot of blitzing. A lot of man and zone coverage. But once you get into the red zone, they go blitz heavy.
We do have an injured player for El Toro. That was a handoff to Micaiah Chi up the middle. I think he got about 5 or 6 yards on it. So the teams will be sent to the sidelines while he is seen by some of the medical staff. I do want to point out, for those of you that maybe want to do a little replay because we might be here for a minute, go watch that play again. Look at the right tackle, number 56, Nate Nelly. He grabbed his Tribuco player, pushed him back, I would call it 15 yards, and took him all the way to IHOP, the International House of Pancakes, flat on his back. So if you have a minute right now, go back, rewatch that play. And give Mr. Nate Nelly a big old thumbs up for that one. So this would be tough for El Toro. Micaiah Chi is the leading rusher for the team. He's got 167 yards and 3 touchdowns on the season. He is walking off on his own, alongside the trainer, Tyler. Again, I can't say Tyler's last name. It's long, but he's a fantastic trainer. If you ever send your kid to play at El Toro High School, know they will be looked after very well by a top-notch training staff. So coming in for Micaiah is going to be number 22, McCade Romo. An exciting spark plug whenever he's back there. He's gotten a few touches every game so far. That's what El Toro does. A snap is good. It's actually a give to Romo. Finds a crease on the outside. Brings that same speed.
He's in.
And he's in for the touchdown.
El Toro.
Heart and dedication gave him that touchdown. That's his first touchdown of the season for the varsity squad. He scored plenty of touchdowns on the JV squad, but now that he's playing varsity, get brought up. Big touchdown against the crosstown rivals. McCade Romo is a sophomore for El Toro. Stands 5'11", 175 pounds. He comes into this game with 27 rushing yards. Tack on those very important 9, but more importantly, tack on 6 for El Toro. Long snap is good. Ball is good. Ball is up. That's going to be good. 7. We're knotted up now. 7-7, and we have another hurt player. But this one's for Tribuco. Legs moving, arms moving. Might want to look at his shoulder a little bit because that left arm isn't. Another opportunity. Go rewatch that play. That was a great little bubble sweep run by McCade.
He found that edge and he turned those jets on, and he was not going to be denied. They got him probably about the 2-yard line. Looked like he might be a little bit short, and he just gave that extra little effort to dive in there and got that touchdown. That was an awesome run by the sophomore.
Yeah, for those of you young guys that are watching now, it's if you want to get that yard after contact, those feet just need to keep pumping, irregardless of what's happening, pumping in the right direction. That's what he did after that contact. He just kept those feet pumping. All right, the player for Tribuco is back up, walking off under his own power. Hope he'll be okay and be able to rejoin the team a little bit later on. Tribuco comes out ready for the kickoff.
We'll see how El Toro adjusts throughout this game. I think the biggest key to this game is shutting Pompey down.
Yep. You take care of the quarterback, you're going to be good. So you're kicking for El Toro's number 21, De Amato. I think it's Gianluca. I keep getting help with the pronunciations. We have 5:23 left in. Oh, I don't need to tell you. It's on your screen. Thank you, Nate. Kick is up. Nice and high. This one might actually make it into the end zone. And it does, so it's going to be an automatic touchback. The ball will be spotted on the 20-yard line. There is no return on that. That's what I'm used to from De Amato. All right, so now Tribuco Hills is going to have to march up a full 80 yards to repeat what they did last time. Let's see what this defense did underneath that tent. See if there's a little adjustment, a little wrinkle they were able to add in to help contain Pompey.
El Toro's D-line has been getting some pressure. They just haven't been able to catch up to Pompey. As, his speed, he's just beating them to that outside corner.
Yep. Not that time. It wasn't the outside corner. So that was number 3 on the rush for them. That is Pompey on the rush. He does gain himself 10 yards to get out there. He was contained by Quattro, who ended up keeping his man on the inside, but he found that one little sidestep crease and kept it going. We have 2 wide receivers at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. A tight end, standing tight end towards the top of the line. Its snap is good. He's going to try to pass. Quick pass to number 6. Gets met immediately and brought down behind the tent. I can't tell you who all those numbers were. I know Stevenson came in and did some cleanup work to aid out. That will be a gain of 6 yards for Tribuco. That's Noah Cisneros playing corner at the bottom of the screen. Snap is good. It's a give to number 3.
Good read by that defensive line.
So here's what's interesting is Tribuco Hills has changed their quarterback again. Ryan Brewster is now playing quarterback, number 26. So now they are trying to see what this young man can do. I'm assuming he's going to hand off the ball quite a bit because if you look at your rosters, he's listed as a wide receiver and cornerback. And we have a flag on the play. So when you see a flag on the play like this and the slide official throws it, it's either going to be a false start or offsides, or encroachment. You will look at the flag. If it gets thrown towards the defense, it's going to be encroachment, which this was what this is. That will give them 5 yards and the first down. This will bring up a first down and 10 for Tribuco on the 41-yard line. So the officials, just like the rest of us, like to make their lives easy. So they're going to throw the flag towards the side it was on so the white hat understands who it is before he has to talk to him. And then when he comes back to the side to get in position, the flag will be set up for him. So that is number 26 again in the backfield. That is Brewster playing quarterback. Motion man comes down. Motion man comes back up. Good snap. It's going to be a handoff to number 3. Gets met at the line of scrimmage by El Toro, gaining maybe 1 yard. And a whole lot of new El Toro Charger friends that decided to give him a hug and comfort him back about 6 yards. I believe that was Stevenson that met him in the center of the field. Or the nose tackle. Number 35. I'm going to give him the credit for that tackle. That is John Azamonian. El Toro sets up with a lot of pressure set up. 2nd down and 9 for Tribuco. It's going to be a rollout pass. Matthew Arroyo tries to add pressure. Pass is completed and not completed.
Incomplete pass.
That's like when you go to the amusement parks and you're playing those basketball games that are always a scam and that ball just rings around. And you think, oh, here we go. I got a point. Nope. Out. Who was that on the breakup? Was that number 33? Yeah, that was Devin Kostick on the pass breakup. So he saw the man's, he fought his hands, as a good DB should, and fought the ball right out of his hands. Here we go. Tribuco sets up with 3 receivers at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Brewster still playing quarterback. He's going to drop back to pass. He goes, he throws, he looks up, but nope, overthrows his man. That was intended for number 2, Joshua Fitch. But when you're the backup to the backup quarterback, I'll call it, since he didn't start, those connections aren't going to be as natural. This is going to bring up a 3rd and long.
This is going to be fourth down.
4th down. Okay, they just haven't switched it. 4th down and 9. This will be a punt now for Tribuco.
That was a good stop by El Toro. They're going to need that. What they need to do now is turn around, take it right back down the field, and punch it in that end zone. They need to try to be playing from in front instead of playing catch-up tonight.
Yeah, they want to put the pressure on them so that they're forced to throw. Good snap. A little slow maybe. Whoa, bad punt. Bad low punt. Maybe goes 15 yards, 20 yards. It does get a friendly roll, so they'll be able to squeak out another 5 yards on it. It finally comes to rest on the 25-yard line. Through football magic, it will always end up on a nice line like we've discussed so far the last couple games. So it'll be 1st and 10 for El Toro, who right now is holding on to some momentum on the 25-yard line. 2:38 left on the clock in a tie game. I just sat up straight because the school's principal just walked right by us from behind. I don't know why. He's not my principal. But it's one of those where he's a man that you want to just present well for.
Make sure you're doing a good job for him, Brian.
Yep. Dr. Martin came in. So here we go. El Toro sets up 2 wide receivers at the top and the bottom. Micaiah Chi is back on the field for El Toro. Wyatt looks and starts maybe changing the play or communicating something to his receivers. Snap is good. It looks to be a quick pass out. That is going to be to Bryce Thacker, who ends up gaining 5 yards where he goes out of bounds. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 for El Toro. Okay, so I know it looks like El Toro is trying to hide its quick game a little bit underneath the double move. So Matthew Arroyo did a double move and defense backed off, opened up the field a little bit for Bryce. 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom again. Snap is good. The intended receiver isn't available, so Wyatt starts to roll out. Looks for somebody else. Look for help. Looks to see Bryce, who comes down with it.
That is a completed pass.
Again, I love these plays that I can't count how many yards they were. So the ball is going to be spotted on the 30-yard line. He caught it on the 28. But it's spotted on the 30-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down for El Toro. Big play for Bryce, who is, again, the leading receiver for El Toro. Him and Matthew Arroyo are battling. Prior to coming into this game, they were 3 yards apart. Bryce just picked up a nice little chunk on that one. 3 receivers at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. They have Trabuco on their heels in this part. It's going to be a handoff to Micaiah Chi. There's that big wide open hole up the middle.
Cut. Up the sideline. He's got the outside. He can.
Oh, we saw that.
That was a block in the back.
We both saw that. All right. Exciting play. That's how you teach your runners to go. Up the middle. If you find an opening, you go to hash, you go to numbers, you go to sideline. That's the progression as you go. And that was a clinic on how to do that by Micaiah Chi. Unfortunately, the defender was facing the wrong way, and it ended up being a block in the back. So that will be taken back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. The foul happened 9 yards after the line of scrimmage, so it'll be spotted 1 yard minus. So we'll be on the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 11 for El Toro. But still, the dagger hit. You ran the play. Ooh, 15 yards. Okay. The dagger hit. No, it's good.
That's 10 yards.
That's about 10.
It's about 10.
It hit, so they know they can run that play. They're going to come back to that. Watch. That will come. They will come back to that. And it will be open for them, hopefully, again. So 3 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. That's Bryce alone, 1-on-1. Micaiah Chi still in the backfield. It's going to be a rollout by Wyatt. Finds Matthew Arroyo. Pass just took him out of bounds. It was just enough in front of him where he couldn't cut it back up the field. He is able to gain maybe a yard on the play. Maybe a loss of a yard on the play. It is going to bring up 2nd down. Yep, double sticks. Opportunities will open just as long as they keep grinding with this. Trabuco sticking with their 3-man front. They're not making any changes. Linebackers coming up, threatening to rush. Let's see if he actually comes. Nope, backs off, and they're sticking with 3. Micaiah Chi runs it up the middle and says, "There I am."
There we go. That's going to be open if Trabuco keeps playing back and doesn't bring those guys on those blitzes. That's going to be open all the way up until they get into that red zone. Like I said, they like to play that zone cover 2, cover 3 defense.
Yeah. That is a gain of 8 yards. Ball is spotted on the 25-yard line. It's almost like we have a tale of 2 3-man fronts. El Toro also does run a 3-man front, but more often than not, I'm seeing 5 come. Trabuco's going with the opposite approach. Big, wide open towards the left side of that field. Empty backfield for El Toro. It's going to be a keep by Wyatt. Fights his way forward. He will be short of the 1st down by maybe 2 yards.
2 yards.
This is a 4th and 2. Now, the kicker's got plenty of leg. He can make this kick without a problem. But this is rivalry week, folks. We're not kicking this. We're going for this. 4th and 2. An early big moment for El Toro and Trabuco. 37 seconds left in the quarter. 3-man front. No extra pressure showing. Empty backfield again. Snap is good. Another keeper by Wyatt. Wide open.
He's got more.
Wide open. There it is, the touchdown.
Touchdown, El Toro. Let's go.
Woo! El Toro's saying, I see what you got. I see what you're doing. I don't care because I'm going to do what I want. If I'm going to go empty set and you're going to have a 3-man front, 1 linebacker, it's all I got to beat, that's a give me. It's like saying, here, El Toro, here's a touchdown.
Yeah, they're just giving them those open zones. As long as the blockers get to their man, that's going to be open and right up the middle, off tackle all night.
Yeah. Great run there by Wyatt Nucci for the touchdown, giving the El Toro 6. The extra point is up. And, of course, the extra point is good. Our score now is 14-7. El Toro, who's just coming with some heat. Maybe it was the flyover by Duke. I don't know if the Marines talked to them before the game and just extra inspired them. But El Toro just came out firing with all cylinders this game. It's kind of exciting.
This is where we got to be careful from Tribuco. You start to, when they start to get down, they start to throw a little bit of trickery out there. I've seen a couple little trick plays that they've got that they've run in previous games, but yeah, El Toro's looking good so far. Let's see if their defense can get another stop, and let's get another touchdown on the board. The more points we can get ahead at halftime, the better. Let's drive that morale down for Tribuco.
Yeah, I mean, Tribuco is a well-coached team. They play in the Delta League. They're darn good at what they do. Kick is up. Long. It will be fielded at the 1-yard line. Tribuco brings it out. He's up to the 10. He's up to the 15. Finds a crease in the middle. That's what we were talking about, folks, is they always find something. He ends up getting taken down by the kicker. So we have a 21-on-21 crime. The kicker for El Toro is D'Amato. He ends up bringing down Hoffman. After a very large gain, he does end up making it into El Toro territory, brought down at the 40-yard line. Probably not exactly, but that's where they're going to place it. Special teams just gave up a big play, but let's see what the defense can do. Now, last time they came out here, the defense didn't allow but 1 first down, right?
Yeah, and that kickoff return, Tribuco does a good job of getting that double wedge formed and opening those holes. They make it real tough to kind of bust that up. So that's another big thing on kickoffs. They got to figure out a way to bust up that coverage and that blocking scheme of that double wedge on those kick returns.
Tribuco's going with Pompey again in the backfield, who rolls the ball out, gets chased by Quattro Schindel.
He's out of bounds.
Out of bounds, duck. I would say it was because of Quattro. So when you have a quarterback who is not your starting quarterback, who should be your running back or receiver, he runs against his throwing arm. So he's a right-handed receiver. He's running to his left. He has to do a full pivot and throw. That's difficult. That is incredibly difficult to do. Now do that with a CIF caliber wrestler running down at you. It's going to cause an owie. Ended up being a duck. Falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from the 40-yard line. They're sticking with Pompey at quarterback, who ends up handing the ball off, tries to find a crease on the short side of the field, gets brought down after a 1-yard gain. This will bring up 3rd and 9 as we go into the end of the first quarter. Okay, folks, end of the first quarter. Score is 14 for your Chargers, 7 for Tribuco. What we're seeing is a defense that's playing what I would call inspired. They're playing fast, they're playing loose, but they're keeping containment, which is what is nice for them. Now, as long as they make sure the underneath guys' pursuit stays on track, they'll be fine.
Defensive line's just got to keep their eyes in the backfield. Make sure they're reading that ball. They're not falling for those fake handoffs, and making sure that when they do fake that bootleg or that quarterback keeper, that they're reading the right man. They continue to play like this, it's going to be a fun night.
Okay, folks, that is a quick quarter change. So now Tribuco's going to be moving from left to right. They are on the hash closest to you on the screen. They have 2 wide receivers wide on the top of the screen. 3 if you count that tight man. He's going to go back to pass. Ball is up. It is completed, but he's going to be short of the first down. This will bring up decision point for Tribuco. It's going to be 4th down and 2 to go. I am getting reports that our feed is a bit laggy today. I will do my best to adjust something at halftime. The last thing I want to do is pull a cable and make an adjustment that'll kill the stream for everybody. So in about 20 minutes, I'll be able to do that. El Toro is lined up with a 5-man front. Let's see if they all come, and they do. It ends up being a keeper by the quarterback, Pompey, who finds his way up to the top part of your screen. El Toro lost a bit of containment on that. The gain is enough to give Tribuco the first down. He is spotted down at the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. El Toro is switching out some players. I'm thinking their line, because we saw that last week at El Dorado, or against El Dorado, where they'd switch out their linemen to keep them fresh. 5-man front showing again. 3 are down, 2 are up. Tribuco's motion man goes up and down. Snap is not good. Over the head of the quarterback. It's loose. It's a pile now. I don't know who has this ball. They're not stopping the clock, so they're going to call it down there. So it'll be 2nd down and 15, maybe 17. Yep, putting it on the big line. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 17 for Tribuco. I'll call that a loss of 7. Let's see how they set up now. 2 receivers in the bottom. I'm going to call him a quasi-tight end as well. Snap this time is good. Back to pass. Throws in the flats. Gets met immediately by Akili Segura.
Excellent tackle. Way to fight through that stiff arm. That was looked like a nasty stiff arm.
Yeah.
Definitely pushed his head back pretty hard there, but he fought through that and still made that tackle. That was a great play.
Yeah, Luke Hoffman decided to give Achilles a high five to the nose. Achilles said, I'm fine with that. Where's your ankles? Grabs him. He does gain 2 yards on that play. Oh, wait, no. He's back to the original line of scrimmage. Now have 3rd and 17 for Tribuco. Big play. Obviously, you can't give up on the run. You have to always assume when your running back is your quarterback, that's going to be happening. But I would be sniffing pass. It looks like one-on-one action at the top of the screen. Please watch that. The pass is going to be towards the
They're
bottom.
Look for Pompey deep.
Oh. And they had a spy, and the spy just couldn't get there. Pompey does get met, but he does similar to what McCade Romo did, kept pumping those feet, gets brought down inbounds. I think he's going to be 1 yard short of the first down, though. The clock didn't stop, so they're going to call him short. This will be 4th and 1 for Tribuco. Now it's time to see who's got the horses here. 4th and 1. Your team is down by 1. I'm assuming you're running something big up the middle. Quarterback, let's see if he gets under center or not. They're confused. I expect the timeout here. They don't know what they're doing.
Yep, that timeout.
There it is. You wonder if that would have happened if they would have had their regular quarterback. I guess not. He probably would have commanded them and said, this is what we're doing. But again, they're working a little short-handed. Tribuco is incredibly well coached, so they're prepared for this game. But that scenario might not have been one that got a lot of attention coming into it. Might give El Toro a chance to change out some personnel, see what they come out with. This will be Tribuco's first time out of the game. They have 2 left in this half. El Toro still has all 3 timeouts left. These stands are packed. For those of you that aren't here, I know you can see the visitor side and half of their stands are empty. But if you look at the home side, it is just wall-to-wall people.
Even down on the concourse, down by the scoreboard, there's people everywhere. We've got food vendors. We got all of our fire and sheriff and all of our military.
2 running backs set up in a wishbone-looking formation. 1 yard to go. It's going to be a give up the middle.
No, he is short. El Toro's defensive line has stopped them short. Fantastic play. El Toro ball. Let's go Chargers.
Wow. Tricked nobody. Blocked nobody. I should stop being so biased. But yeah, they attempted what they could. The defensive line for El Toro found the purge that they needed, or the surge that they needed to push them back. It's going to be a turnover on downs. The ball is spotted on the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for El Toro, who currently leads 14-7. It looked like maybe the quarterback didn't know if he was going to give or pull. A keep would have made more sense because there was no containment on the side.
It looked like he was trying to keep, but the running back took it anyways. So there was a lot of confusion, it seemed, on that play.
It is a quick pass to Micaiah Chi on the outside. Lowers his helmet.
Nice run.
Introduces
nice
himself.
Run by Micaiah Chi right there.
Micaiah Chi decides to introduce himself to the Trabuco Hills player and then introduce him to the ground. That is a gain of 8 yards. Ball is put down at the 24-yard line. 2nd and 2 for El Toro. El Toro's fighting to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. 3 receivers top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Safeties are shallow. The give is again to Micaiah Chi, who fights his way up the middle.
Down.
There it is. Tries to go lateral to see if he can replicate what happened earlier, but it does get brought down, but it doesn't matter. He got the first down for his team. That's a gain of 4, maybe 5. It'll be a first down. Ball is spotted at the 29-yard line. Ooh, look at those splits. You see that split to the left of the center? That's a good 1.5 yards.
Well, I mean, when the defensive line is so wide with their front, I mean, 3-man, they got so much empty space there. That extra spacing for the O-line, maybe that just helps them get to that man quicker. I don't know.
So that extra spacing opens up that hole. Like, hey, we're going to run it here. But instead of blocking anybody, I'm just going to set out wide 1,000 yards and create a hole because you're not going to be fast enough to close it. Okay, 3-man front.
Oh,
it ends up being a keeper. First down. Wyatt runs out for the first down. Gains 6 yards on that play. Ball is spotted 41-yard line. The chains move. If you're not here, and I'm not sure if it carries on the screen, that might be a little laggy. But El Toro's playing like they're having fun out there.
Yeah, they are.
Here we go. 3-man front. Linebackers are coming up now. Maybe they'll actually bring some pressure this time. 2 wide receivers top and bottom. Nope, they don't. 3-man front. Give is to Bryce. Bryce fights his way forward. He is able to gain 5 yards on the play. 2nd down and 5 for El Toro. Here we go. Trabuco again. Lined up 3, 1 extra at the top. Oh, they actually bring extra people, but the give is to Micaiah Chi.
No, that's McCade Romo.
That is McCade Romo. You're right. He does get mad at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be no gain on the play. The pressure got in that time, was able to close it off. This is going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 for El Toro. Still very manageable. 6 minutes and 22 seconds left in the game. 2 receivers top and bottom, 3-man front. No extra pressure being shown.
Looks like they're going to have that soft zone coverage again.
Yep. They're all going to back out. They're going to say, hey, try and stop this. The give is to Micaiah Chi. Gets a blocker.
Oh, they're not stopping him when he gets out there.
That's a first down. That's a clean, easy first down. That's going to be a gain of 5, 10, 15 yards for Micaiah Chi on the quick outside pass. That was Tatau on the block that sprung that play open. It'll be a first down for El Toro. Ball is at the 42-yard line for Trabuco.
These types of drives, these long drives, these are going to be demoralizing for Trabuco and really encourage El Toro. So the more they can do this throughout the evening, the better.
Ooh, high pass to Price, but ends up breaking 2 tackles.
Still fighting.
Yep, there's the whistle. They are going to mark him down at the 34-yard line, so that is a gain of, we'll call it 8 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 2 from the 34-yard line. Line to gain is going to be the 32-yard line. Yeah, Tribuco's just giving space away. This wasn't how they played against Huntington Beach. They played really tight against them. They weren't trying to give the receivers any space at all.
You know, I saw them do this last week though against Pius, and you know that they were happy to give up all the yards, and then when they got into the red zone, they tried to lock down in the red zone and increase pressure there. They do bring 4 on this play.
Pass is completed to, that is Matthew Arroyo.
That's another Charger touchdown.
Matthew
There is
Arroyo.
a flag on the play. I do see a flag on the short side here.
Okay, let's see what that flag is going to be.
It is in the zone for pass interference. I'm assuming they're going to probably wave that off and take the touchdown.
Yep. Let's see. They're talking to the white hat. Oh, it's going to be a touchdown. They're talking. The ball's been spotted for the extra point. That is a touchdown, Matthew Arroyo. It's going to be a holding against Tribuco.
Yep, there we go.
Touchdown is good. That brings our score now 20-7 by El Toro. Hey, they can lock down all they want in the red zone. We're just going to score from the 35-yard line. 4 minutes, 46 seconds left. And the battle, with not between them, but the battle for the biggest plays between Thacker and Arroyo is heating up. Both of which, like a left-right punch, are coming at it. Both with the touchdown today. So in preparation for this, I did look at, obviously, the stats for El Toro. And El Toro's coming out with a very well-balanced offense. So coming into this game, you had Micaiah Chi at 165 yards in yards for the first 2 games. Then you had Bryce Thacker at 119 receiving yards. Then you had Troy Tatauta with 114 receiving yards. Then you had Matthew Arroyo with 100-plus receiving yards coming into this game.
You could add 20 more right there.
Yeah. So you have 3 receivers over 100 yards. Like, who are you going to stop? You're going to stop Bryce, and then Matthew's going to pop off. You're going to stop Matthew, then Tatauta is going to pop off. You're going to stop Tatauta, fine. Bryce again. You know, the running game's also getting super hot. Nucci's making a good case for being a hybrid running back quarterback. Very well-balanced offense. 4:46 left in the half, 21-7. El Toro lines up for the kickoff. Referees are stopping it. They did not assess the penalty. So that holding call was not declined because there was a hold on the touchdown. It gets assessed where the coach wants. He can have it either assessed on the try, which takes you from a 3-yard play to a 1.5 yards, or you can assess it on the kickoff. They chose the kickoff. So the ball is going to be spotted on the 50-yard line. Moving back, I expect this ball to go in the end zone now. No reason why it shouldn't.
Anything to take the ball out of the hands of this returner and keep it out of that dangerous wedge that Tribuco likes to form.
Yep. Okay. Kick is up. Long. That will be in the end zone. There will be no return. So high school rules treat the end zone like a plate of glass on kickoffs. And once that ball hits that plate of glass in the air, you breaks it, play stops. Once the play is stopped, it's immediately a touchback. The ball gets brought out to the 20-yard line. They don't have the option to run it out after that. So here we go. The defense is already out on the field. Tribuco comes out. Let's see who our quarterback is now. It's going to be number 26 for Tribuco. The quarterback for them this series will be Brewster. Snap is fumbled and takes a knee.
He's down.
Takes a knee. Can't stand back up. Same rules in Pop Warner as it is in high school. Once your knee hits the ground, you're down. Doesn't matter who contacts you or not. You're not allowed to get back up. That is a loss of 5 yards. Ball is spotted on the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 15 for Tribuco. So my son plays center, and whenever they switch quarterbacks on him, he always has to adjust his snap a little bit.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, you get used to how one man is, or how, and even for a quarterback, if you'd have to change centers, that quarterback center exchange is very important. That was another ball on the ground fumble. El Toro's got it. They picked it up.
That's Quattro Schindel on the recovery. Beanbags were flying. Ball was loose. Returns it back 10.
We have an El Toro player down, though.
Yep. So it was a fumble by Tribuco Hills. Hot potato for a few seconds. Finally picked up by Quattro Schindel, number 4. Ball is spotted at the 10-yard line. Training team is out there to see who went down. When you have a ball loose on the ground, everyone's just flying. The chances of injury are high with something like that.
Looked like the way he was holding, like maybe a lower leg or ankle. But he looked like he was in some serious pain. I hope he's okay.
Same here. This gives us an opportunity to discuss a little bit yesterday's games. So the freshmen played Tribuco. It was a 42-7 final score for Tribuco. That's number 27 getting up. Anthony Ceja.
Looks like he's okay, coming off on his own. Yep. No serious limp. So
nope.
Giving some high fives. So tough to tell what happened there.
And the JV also lost yesterday. I don't remember that score off the top of my head.
JV was 39 to 14, 12? I forget.
Woo!
Oh, Makaichi up the middle for another El Toro touchdown. Let's go, Chargers.
This offense is not giving me time to tell stories. Yes, big run by Makaichi up the middle. Once again, 3-man front, no extra pressure. That brings our current score 27-7 with 3 minutes and 55 seconds left in the half. Wow. Was he even touched?
Someone reached a hand out maybe at the line of scrimmage, and I think he had a little contact towards the goal line.
So we are going to have a false start against El Toro. One of their wingbacks got a little excited. Jumped off. Now, here's what's interesting. So an offsides call is any motion that simulates the start of play. So, yes, he was moving parallel to the line of scrimmage. Some people at home might think, oh, you know what? That's okay. You didn't go towards the line. It's fine. Nope. That is a natural motion that they perform at the start of the play. So because he imitated the start of play, that's why it's a false start. Moving back 5. They could do that another 5 times, and they'd probably still make the extra point. Kick is up. Kick looks good for me, and it is good. Add on one more. We have 28-7 El Toro. The linemen are feeling it. They're running off the field excited about that one. Young number 54, Jaden Christensen, decided to start pumping up the crowd. I'm not sure how much pumping up is needed because this crowd is pretty amped. They're pretty wired in. The student section is having a blast. They are dressed in their camo today for Hometown Heroes Night. And deja vu, El Toro is kicking off again, but this time from the 40-yard line. Let's see if El Toro can protect its 21-point lead going into half. Okay. Kick is up.
And the end zone.
End zone, touchback. That was close. So that ball's going to come out again to the 20-yard line. Ball will be spotted on the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Tribuco. Let's see what the defense does with this one. Tribuco's out. They're going to keep going with number 26, Brewster, at quarterback. Flip the formation, 3-man front. El Toro's not showing extra pressure. It's a give to number 18, who tries to find the crease on the outside. Ends up getting met by number 26 for El Toro. That is Malachi Mena. Runs into the Mena brick wall. Catches him, throws him down. That is a gain, though, of 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 for Tribuco, who's trying to go a bit of a hurry up here. They're set, ready to go. 3 wide receivers towards the bottom of the screen. Brewster is in the backfield with Pompey behind him. It's going to be another pass.
Oh, he was there for the interception.
The ball was deflected, almost
Man.
intercepted by Achilles Segura. He wanted that ball. His buddies are saying, it's all right. We're going to catch the next one.
That was a great read. He just had to turn his head just a second sooner.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 for Tribuco. Body language here is not telling us a lot of good news from those wearing white. Linemen are set, tight formation. Brewster's in the backfield with Pompey. Two receivers are motioning. Sorry, tight end motioning. Set. Passes out. Intended for number 2, who ends up catching it. That is Joshua Fitch. He does get enough yards for the first down, so it'll be first down for Tribuco. Ball is spotted on the 32-yard line. Clock is stopped and now starting back up because they got the boxes set. We are at 3 minutes and 7 seconds left in the half. The hurry-up offense has been slowed down a little bit for Tribuco. Comes in with a nice tight formation. They like to run out of this set. And
over
the quarterback's head. Pompey ends up falling on it. That's going to be a loss of 5, 10, 15, yards? 24 yards. Yep. Ball is going to be put on the 11-yard line near hash towards the bottom of your screen. A second and a lot for Tribuco. Clock continues to go. That's even a bigger threat than the actual yardage for them. El Toro might want to think about using some timeouts. Snap is good this time. Goes for a pass. Was an intended screen to number 2. Gets met in the backfield by Malachi Mena. Nowhere for him to go. Malachi says, I'm going to show you where the end zone is. Just my end zone. Now, they don't put the ball back there where he finished the play. They're going to put the ball down where he had his forward progress, which is a loss of 1 yard. So that is going to be a TFL for Malachi Mena. El Toro does call a timeout. We are going to have 3rd down and 30 plus for Tribuco. If you're watching at home and you are in Lake Forest, get in your car and get down here. If you're a Charger fan, get down here. The stands are packed, but come on over. The excitement in these stands is electric. You feel it up here. Everyone's cheering. Everyone's screaming. So if anybody who's anybody, they're here, so be here with them.
Can't tell if El Toro called a timeout or if this is an injury timeout. Tribuco does have the trainer on the field looking at a player.
Now it was signaled as a referee's timeout. If I look at the play clock, there are 2 timeouts left for Tribuco, 2 left for El Toro. Tribuco comes out. El Toro sets up. They got their safeties pretty far back.
I think El Toro's going to want the ball back here.
Yeah.
They got a little bit of time left on the clock. If they can get the stop, get the ball back. Interception here.
There it is. He saw it happening. That is Matthew Arroyo, number 11, with the interception, playing back. Runs the ball back past the original line of scrimmage. Ends up getting brought down. They're going to spot him the 9-yard line. Matthew Arroyo with the pick and the run back for about 20-yard return on that. It's going to be 1:59 left on the clock. El Toro's ball threatening to score yet again.
This is going to be huge. Don't expect El Toro to stop putting the pressure on Tribuco. This score, I think El Toro is going to want to make a statement. It's been 5 years since they've beaten Tribuco, and they've heard nothing but trash talk from the other side. So This is, I think, look for them to just really continue to put the pressure on throughout this game and not let Tribuco even breathe.
Yep, I think this is an all gas, no bricks kind of game. Tribuco keeping their 3-man front. Snap is good. No extra pressure comes. Pass is intended for Thacker in the corner, but he was covered and was thrown just a little bit farther than him. Wyatt Nucci did take a hit by big number 44 for Tribuco. Big number 44 for them is Jag Gaeta, who is a sophomore, 6'4", 203 pounds. I don't know what they put in the water up there, but that's a big boy. Here we go. El Toro sets back up. Two receivers at the top. Mena's set up in the backfield. This is usually where they run the ball in the power set. And there it is. Makayachi runs and spins. Did he get in?
Looks like he's down at the 1 yard line.
He's down at the one blade of grass yard line. Run the same play. Just run the same play. Yeah, and they are. They're not making any subs. They're going to catch Tribuco trying to substitute players. That's going to be a flag on Tribuco. Oh. And he threw the flag towards El Toro. Count the players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 13 players on the field, folks, for Tribuco.
Tribuco's got way too many players.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players. There are 13 players on the field for them. So it's an illegal substitution.
It was offsides anyways. They're going to move it forward half a yard.
There's no half a yard. They were one blade of grass away. It's half a blade of grass. So half an air molecule closer. They're going to keep Malachi Mena. Whenever he's out there, they're folding in and running. I would keep and run on the outside. Nope. Touchdown.
And he's in the end zone.
Touchdown.
There we go.
There it is.
We got the call. Touchdown, El Toro. Let's go, Chargers.
Woo. That brings your score, folks, 34-7. Still the first half. Onside kick it. Why not? Anyways, so we are at about 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the first half. El Toro's up 34-7. This game is still not over. Let's remember, rivalry games can be crazy. We all saw Georgia, so I doubt El Toro's going to take their foot off the gas. Snap is good. Ball is good. Up. Now we have 35-7. 1 minute 25 left in the game.
I'll tell you what, looking across this field, Tribuco fans and the Tribuco team doesn't know what is happening right now. No. They are not used to El Toro just dominating the first half the way that they have tonight.
251 versus 87. 120 versus 51. I mean, on paper, this is not the way this game should go.
Hey, let it be a lesson. Rankings don't matter. All that matters is what happens on the field when they meet. Those rankings on paper mean nothing until they play it out on the field.
Yep. Here we go. El Toro set up to kick. Gianluca D'Amato set up to kick it. Let's see if he can put it in the end zone again. Moves up. Kick is up. Oh, there's some spice on that one. Falls in the corner at the 1 yard line. The wedge is set up. Block in the back is what I saw. 21 is going to break away again. He's going to get met by the kicker. Same thing's going to happen, and the crowds, or at least the team's going to go nuts because whenever their kicker makes a big tackle, they get happy. I'm sure D'Amato's going to talk to his team and be like, "What the hell, guys? I have a college scholarship to play soccer. I shouldn't have to make these tackles." So whatever's happening on special teams, I'm hoping they're going to fix that. The ball gets spotted at the 43-yard line for El Toro. 1:15 left on the clock. Tribuco's coming out. Who's quarterback today? It looks like they're switching back to number 3, Pompey, to be the quarterback for this series. 21's in the backfield. Hoffman. It's going to be a quick pass. Nope, it's going to be a
keeper on the outside. Watch for it.
Oh, it gets dropped.
Incomplete pass.
So Joshua Fitch was the intended receiver. He hit his hands. Maybe he was looking to run up the field and just popped out. So that's an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10. Worse is that it stops the clock with 1:09 left for them for Tribuco. Sometimes the ball just keeps falling in your way or against your way. El Toro's lined up. 2 in the top, 2 in the bottom for Tribuco. Snap is a little high. Quick pass intended for number 6.
Pass again.
I think El Toro had more receivers in the area than Tribuco did on that play. Ball does fall incomplete. It's going to be second down. Or third down and 10. And again, the clock is stopped. 35-7. That was only 5 seconds run off the clock.
Keep going this way. El Toro's going to get the ball again with another chance to score before halftime. Let's see if the defense can get another stop right here.
Yep. I know Tribuco's trying to do something with it because El Toro gets the ball anyways to start the second half. Pressure comes. Oh.
And another dropped ball from the Tribuco backs. Quarterback is being rushed. His passes are being rushed.
The intended receiver was Luke Hoffman. Ball hits him in the chest but falls down. But is there a flag on this play?
I see no flag.
Nope, no flag. Flag gets waved. I think they wanted a flag potentially for pass interference, but in order for it to be a pass interference, the ball actually needs to go past the line of scrimmage when the pass is thrown. So either offensive or defensive, so it's in the backfield, it's considered a run. This is a 4th and 10. Tribuco's going to go for it. Clock is stopped at 1 minute. Snap is good. Quick kick. Ball is up. Ends up falling somewhere near the 15-yard line where it goes out of bounds. Oh, no, they're going to spot it at, I don't know, at the Pro Sport Hogue Orthopedic Institute yard line because that's all I can see from where I'm at. Oh, 17-yard line. And heard the announcer, so that's where the ball is going to be spotted. There's going to be 54 seconds left in the half. I don't think El Toro is going to take a knee. That's my 2 cents. I don't see that happening right now.
I do not see that happening. I think that they go for it. I think they continue to put the pressure on Tribuco, and the bigger the score that they can get going into halftime, the more pressure and the more likely. That's a big run by. Oh, he's got some space. Another stiff arm up the sideline.
Out of bounds. It is a big run by Micaiah Chi. Gets it past center field. He made it to the 48-yard line for Tribuco. Stops the clock. 45 seconds left. Yep, the referee signaling. If you look at the referee at the bottom of your screen, he's signaling with his arms crossed low. That means stop the clock. Keep it stopped. It was out of bounds. If the runner goes out of bounds going forward, it's out of bounds. If he goes out of bounds going backwards, his forward progress spot is inbounds, and therefore it is an inbounds. Keep the clock rolling. El Toro is set up. They have plenty of time. Wyatt Nucci talks to his line, sets up the protection. 3-man front for Tribuco. They do not bring extra. It is a give again to Micaiah Chi, who gets tackled. He does gain 3 yards on that carry. Ball will be spotted on the 40-yard line where Coach Lofthouse takes a timeout. I guess they wanted to see if that middle was still a little soft, but it was tightened up over there by Tribuco. This will be El Toro's second timeout of the half, leaving them 1 timeout to go.
It looked like Coach Lofthouse saw something in the defense that he thought maybe that draw play would open up again for him, because he changed that play kind of late there. You saw Micaiah Chi switch sides and Wyatt get that call from the sideline.
In Lofthouse, I trust. So whatever he saw, I think was there. Either way, we do have a second down now. When we come back from this timeout, it'll be second down with 7 to go for the first down. I don't think El Toro's going to be thinking first down. I think they're going to want a bigger chunk out of this with 40 seconds left and only 1 timeout. The entire field's open to them because of that timeout, because of 40 seconds. Middle of the field, corners of the field, it's all available. 3 wide receivers at the top of your screen. Bryce by himself at the bottom of the screen. Safeties are up again for Tribuco. Tribuco does not bring the extra pro. They do from the corner. Wyatt Nucci steps up. He's got room. He better start running. Get out of
bounds.
Gets pushed out of bounds, but he does gain enough. Nope, he gets all the way to the 40-yard line. Stops the clock, which is the important part, with 33 seconds left. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 2. That time, with a little bit of exotic pressure from Tribuco, they brought their corners. They weren't able to get to him, but he was able to roll out and gain a few yards. It just was the wide side of the field, so it took a little extra time to get to that sideline. 3 wide receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. The give is to Micaiah Chi up the middle again. Fights forward, gets the first down, and we have a timeout being taken. This will be El Toro's final timeout of the half. The timeout is called with 28.8 seconds left on the clock. Cheerleaders do their famous move the chains chant towards the bottom of the screen. Not sure if you can see them. It's one of my favorite chants that they do with their plastic chains over their heads. It's kind of fun. One of those things you can see if you come out to a game, which I invite everybody listening right now to come out to a game out here. The atmosphere is like nothing like it ever has been before. Tons of excitement, tons of people. The student section showing up loud and proud, staying throughout the entirety of the game. It's just a great place to be, folks. We're already an hour and, 15 minutes into this showdown of crosstown rivals. El Toro comes out. They're set to go. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. You got Thacker, Arroyo, and Dane. One at the top of the screen. Micaiah Chi's in the backfield again. Snap is good. Wyatt looks around. Plenty of time. Throws a big ball.
Here it is. Touchdown!
There it is.
Toro. Let's go, Chargers.
This was our big name from last week. That is Ted Tatau on the reception for a touchdown. A solid, 36-something yard touchdown. Takes almost no time off the clock. Brings our score to 41-7. Tatau with the nice open just ran past his coverage. I guess he was maybe expecting help over the top, but help never came. El Toro continues to apply that pressure. Snap was a little inside, handled well by the holder. Kick went up, and it was good. 42 now to 7 El Toro.
And it's only the first half, Brian.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Coach Lofthouse has this team so dialed in right now.
Yeah, it's what we've been talking about like the last couple games where, game 1 against Tesoro, we saw signs of brilliance towards the end of the game. Towards the end of the game, they started kind of clicking and finding who they were. They would have, a play or two here and there that looked great and then just wouldn't happen. Against El Dorado, when we went into El Dorado, the beginning part of that game was just, when are we going to start to click? And then about earlier in the game, second quarter, we started clicking, started moving. The defense started locking down. They decided to just pick up exactly where they left off today and say, you know what? This is where we are. This is El Toro. This is our identity. We're going to pound the ball. We're going to air raid the ball. We're going to do whatever we need to do. And they've just been clicking on all cylinders all game long. The Amato's back to kick. Kick is up. It's a short one this time. Harder to form the wedge when the wedge has to carry the ball. Return man gets maybe 7 or 8 yards on that return. Ball will be spotted. We'll call it the 27-yard line. 17 seconds left in the half. I think Tribuco might just lick their wounds and go. Just go into halftime and say, hey, we need to figure this out. I could be way wrong. Let's see. Maybe they're going to air it out. They're going to take the knee. They're just saying, you know what? Let's just get this half over with. Take that knee. Let's get into the locker room. Let's make some adjustments and go into halftime. They're walking back. They're not walking back. Tribuco sauntering back to their sideline. El Toro, tale of two different teams. El Toro's running off the field, jumping off the field, enjoying the moment for what it is. It is just halftime, folks, but the score right now is 42-7, your Chargers. That's all I can say. 42-7. So, folks, we do have a 20-minute halftime happening. We're going to be honoring some of our local heroes. Included in this, for those of you that aren't necessarily familiar with sports outside of football for El Toro did have 3 separate teams make it into the CIF championships or win CIF championships for last year's school. So the cross-country team made it to the CIF championships and won girls cross country. Girls basketball made it to the CIF Southern Section Championships, and I believe they won that game too. And their third team escapes me, but when I come back from halftime, I'm going to make sure I know who that third team is. So the cheerleaders are going to come out. They're going to do some stuff. The band's going to come out and do some stuff. They're going to be honoring some of those local heroes and also those that have served in the military for out of Lake Forest. And then we'll come back. During this halftime, I'm also going to take an opportunity to see if I can speed up and remove some of the lag of the feed. If you lose me, if I lose you, just come back. I will reopen the feed and make sure we all can watch. Okay, folks? Enjoy your halftime. Check.
Can you hear me?
Check one. Check one.
Good?
Yeah. I'd still be careful what we say just in case. Holy moly!
Wow,
That is a
fun,
beatdown.
man.
Can you hear me?
Oh.
Check one. Check one. Good. Yeah. I'd still be careful what we say just in case. Holy moly! Wow, that is a fun, man. Can you hear me? Oh, check one. Check one. Good. Yeah. I'd still be careful what we say just in case.
Toby, do I announce the band coming on?
You will just look down here. Brandon will give you a thumbs up.
Oh, got it. Say it again, Manu? Yeah. Yes. Yes, but after they set up, then I go to the CIF banner? Got it. Got it, brother.
And then when that is done, say thank you much as I have that little sector, and then move on to the band and say, I'll do the thumbs up, I'll get that on it.
And four.
Check one. Check. Check.
Award-winning marching band that consistently earns high honors at local contests. They're consistently top 5 finalists at CFPC championships, making them one of the top marching bands in Southern California. At this time, we ask you to turn your attention to the field as drum majors Annalise Collins and Eric Olson and the Royal Blue Regiment present the opening of their 2025 production, Hope Rises.
Benjamin.
It's so warm. It smells like sweat.
At this time, we ask you please draw your attention to the end zone nearest the scoreboard. Tonight, we will celebrate the remarkable year the Chargers had in the 2024-25 school year. The Chargers brought home 4 CIF championships and 1 CIF state title. High school would like to honor those 4 programs and present them with their CIF championship banners that will be hung in the school gym. First up, our CIF State CIF Division II Girls Cross Country Team. The CIF State Team is led by Glenn Williams, a sophomore, who is already all county CIF State. Senior on the team, Lucy Morella, Stuart Johnson, and Nicola Denner, Elizabeth Slunish, Samantha Denner, sophomore, Ava Walker, Lily Schroeder, and Sarah Anta, freshman, and all were part of the winning team. The team wins to set double total course record on the new course. Ken Chai, Anthony Maskey, Kristen White, Tim Bergstrom, Ryan Shea, Carol Ward, made it to the coaching staff. Lastly, but most importantly, a big thanks to our benefactor, Adam Fullman. Next up, for 2025, winner, girls basketball CIF champion. The girls basketball CIF champion was an accumulation of both hard work and dedication to turn in the class of 25 and in the gym for summer camp. As freshmen, led by 4-year varsity player, Bridget Boyd, Cameron Bradshaw, Mariana Mina. This group of Chargers set the bar high for Charger basketball. Never finishing the second place in the league, winning the league title in 2023 and capping off their high school career with a history-making CIF championship. This year's team gearing up for the challenge for league title against another deep playoff run. The 2025 Chargers will be led by 2025 Division III Player of the Year, senior Nia Gubico, junior Lindsay Turner, junior Dana Carrera, and sophomore Faith Dyson. Head coach Patrick Nunez, CIF Division III and OC Registered Coach of the Year. Last year's assistant coach Nicole Bradshaw, and this year's assistant coach LaRon Harris. Next up for spring 2025, the girls swim CIF champion. The historic Charger girls swim team captured their first CIF title since 1993. This monumental victory follows their debut league title the previous year, showcasing the team's relentless drive and talent. Under the leadership of first-year head coach Ryan Dedeaux with assistant coach Austin Hoff, by his side the teammates wave and next year names in school history. As we celebrate this remarkable achievement, we honor the dedication, teamwork, and unforgettable splash into greatness by our El Toro swim team champion. And next to the spring of 2025, the boys volleyball CIF champion. Boys volleyball had an incredible CIF run with wins over Paris, Norwalk, Haifa, Laguna Blanca before beating Port Sale in the CIF finals. The Chargers brought home the Division VI title winning school history. The Chargers were led by head coach Sean Dixon and the CIF Division VI Player of the Year Ryan Lim. Congratulations once again to boys volleyball. Let's have a big round of applause for all 4 of our CIF and state champions.
USA hometown heroes. Please join us in showing our deepest gratitude and respect. Let's give a warm welcome and heartfelt applause as we honor these incredible individuals. Private First Class Simon Clark has served in the U.S. Army for 1 year. We are so proud of you and ready for us. Be safe in South Korea, Mom, Dad, Sophia, and Savannah. Sergeant E5 Keith Fortune served in the United States Marine Corps for 12 years. He's been very of his service in military intelligence. Captain Lieutenant Colonel Ethan Edwards served in the United States Air Force for 15 years. We love you and we're so proud of you when you serve the Lord and our country. Commander William Allen Yarrow served for a combined total of 40 years in the U.S. Army, LAPD, and Burbank Air Force PD. My father was an amazing, loving man. Thank you for your service. He was watching over his grandchildren tonight. I love you, man. Sergeant Nathan Jones served in the U.S. Army for 4 years. Your willingness to serve and the pride you have for our country is admirable. We are so proud of everything you've accomplished and how serving has benefited our family. We love you. Robert Kern served in the U.S. Air Force for 5 years. You're the best father and grandfather. We love you so much. Zell Vigas served in the United States Marine Corps for 4 years. Thank you for always supporting me in my football journey. You are an outstanding brother, uncle, and son. We love you and thank you for your service. Sergeant Philip Troy Teofilo served in the U.S. Army for 5 years. I want you to know how proud I am of you, not just for serving in the Army, but for being my son. Thank you for protecting what matters most and for standing tall, even when things are hard. You are a true example of resiliency and integrity. I love you more than words can express, and I will always be proud to call you my son. Johnny Rodriguez served as an LA County firefighter for 15 years. We're so proud of you. Thank you for all you do. Sergeant Terry Buchanan served in the U.S. Marine Corps for 6 years. Right here. My grandfather, here tonight in the stands, served in San Diego Camp Milton with Pico Rivera. He went to Artillery School 0811 and was the 105 Howitzer. He was the platoon sergeant for the B and C Avenue. Major Glenn Tadauta has served in the U.S. Marine Corps for 25 years. We are so proud and grateful for your years of service to our country. We appreciate all that you have done for us and your unwavering support. We love you from your loving family, Rafala, Kira, Sabrina, and Troy. Sergeant Richard Benelia served in the California Army National Guard for 6 years. Richard attended basic training at Fort Worth, California, and Fort Lewis, Washington. He served 4 years active duty and 2 years in the reserve. He was deployed during the 1965 Ross riots. Daniel F. Aloha served in the Navy for 6 years during the Vietnam War. Thank you for your service. We love you. Eric, Lisa, Emerson, and Brady. Staff Sergeant Alex G. has served in the U.S. Air Force for 4 years. We love you, Alex, and are so proud of your hard work and dedication. Thank you for your service. Love Macy, Makai, and Cooper. Harry Patterson served in the U.S. Navy for 4 years. This is Aaron Popsop's great-grandfather. He served on a carrier ship during World War II in the South Pacific, despite not knowing how to swim. Sergeant Wayne Rouse served in the U.S.
But I in charge of finding the replacement, but already found the replacement. This doesn't hold.
Okay, folks.
And so I had 2 announcers.
I think we are back. I was trying to do some work to get us up to speed. Maybe see if I can get rid of some of that lag we were talking about. I hope it has worked. So, halftime is just about over. We have about a minute 19 left to go in the halftime, so they get their 20 minutes followed by 3. El Toro came back out hooping and hollering, as you probably saw, ready to go. Tribuco came out with a little more energy than they went at halftime with. Let's see if they're able to string something together to change their hope or change their luck in this half.
handicap spot in front of the ticket booth. We have indicators headed over right now.
Had to get up to close that door. We have some microphones up here trying to control the action around. It is a pretty packed house. There's nowhere you can walk around outside without, bumping into somebody. Nate comes back with a slice of pizza that looks pretty good. Notice I said a slice of pizza.
Couldn't run with both hands full.
Right. So you went out there. What does it feel like out there, Nate? How are the fans? How are people reacting to what some might call a shock?
I would say energy is high on the El Toro sideline.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I wouldn't figure it'd be anything less. I don't think they're going to come out and rest on this and allow Tribuco to come back into this game without some kind of fight. So I don't foresee them making the second half any easier.
No, I expect them to continue to put that pressure on, continue to try to get this score even more out of hand as much as they can. Like I said, this is a very, very contentious crosstown rivalry, and the more that El Toro can show out, the better.
Yep. I know, yeah, you said yourself it's been 5 years since El Toro's walked away with the win from this. So I know there's some pent-up frustration. So the players out here, the seniors out here, the Micaiah Cheese, the Henry Tingies, the Nate Nellies, they were walking around 7th grade last time El Toro took a win here. El Toro's going to start off with the ball. Kicking duties for Tribuco will continue to be handled by number 80, Fergus Gray. And here we start the second half. Good kick. It does go out of bounds. That will bring a flag from the officials. I assume they're going to go ahead and take possession of the ball on the 35-yard line. I doubt you want to do a re-kick because, you know what? That's pretty good position to start with. Let's see what kind of adjustments might have been made at the Tribuco halftime. Maybe they're going to change their pressures up. Maybe they're going to bring a little bit more action to the game in the front trenches. Right now, they're still setting up with a 3-man front. Staying with 2 high safeties. And they're still showing the same kind of action. Big wide splits. It's going to be a handoff to Micaiah Chi. Finds his hole. Just like in the first half, rumbles the ball forward, fights forward, gets 7 yards on the carry. That'll bring up 2nd down and 3. Ball is on the 42-yard line. Micaiah Chi is showing a bit of toughness this game. He's fighting for every yard. Tribuco is a fast team, so they're able to catch him as he starts to go lateral. But he's fighting through those tackles. Nucci back to pass. Finds his receiver. Goes out of bounds. Ball is spotted at the 50-yard line. That was Tatau on the reception. Tatau was the last touchdown of the first half for El Toro. Troy is a senior for El Toro. 5'8", 160 pounds. Coming into this game, he had 114 receiving yards. He's starting to kiss that 200 mark. Tribuco starting to show pressure in the middle, looking like they might fill the A gaps. They do not bring it. Ball is a quick out to Matthew Arroyo. Makes the first guy miss.
Oh, he's
squeezes
got some
between the
field.
other 2. They try to punch the ball out, but doesn't happen. Finally gets pushed out of bounds on the 30-yard line. What, gain of 20 or so? I'm just telling you, watching Matthew Arroyo play, if you are open field against him, you better have a lot of training and a lot of prayers on your side because he will put you on a highlight reel. He will put you on a highlight reel, and they're going to have little graphics of little doo-doo-doo-doo feet running. Okay, 2 receivers top and bottom. The give is to Micaiah Chi again. Finds a hole up the middle.
Oh,
Big
he's
hole.
gone.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, El Toro.
That's a touchdown.
Let's go, Chargers.
Man, that line was blocking so aggressively that the guard went to the second level, blocked both the linebacker and the referee that was in the middle, the umpire. They were both in a big pile in the middle of the field. Luckily, he's one of the younger officials whose knees can handle it. This brings our score now 48-7 in favor of El Toro.
El Toro came right out after the half and just continued to pick up where they left off in the first half.
Yeah.
Just dominating the field on offense.
Yeah, the offensive line is having their way with the three-man front. Kick, snap is good, hold is good, kick is up. That should be good for one more. It is. That brings the score 49-7. 49-7 in favor of El Toro. Now, that wasn't any kind of big pass play. They're not trying to go for everything all at once. It was the same run play that they've run several times this game. Several times during that drive. Just opened up for them. These linemen are saying, we're going to carry you, Micaiah. We're going to make sure things are open for you. I believe that is Micaiah's third touchdown of the game. I did say I was going to get back to you. So the award ceremony that you saw was for cross country. Cross country won a state championship in CIF. It was for girls Southern Section basketball, CIF champions. It was for girls swimming, CIF champions, and boys volleyball, state or Southern Section champions, CIF champions. So those were the banners you saw during the halftime presentation. El Toro is trying to make its own Titletown, USA. Kick is up. They're going to kick it short again. The strategy they used at the end of the first half, that kills the wedge. Ooh, big double hit. Initially met by Segura, number 0, and cleaned up by number 33, Devin Kostick. Those are the kind of hits that make you question making that run again like that. Just get behind the wedge and carry it forward.
El Toro's playing some inspired football tonight. They look active. They look lively. They are all over the field on defense. Their offensive line is looking angry and mean, and they're opening up huge holes for Micaiah. Mm-hmm. It is, and Wyatt's got plenty of time to throw the ball down the field, and I think last week's game just really, really enhanced the confidence, and now dominating their crosstown rivals. You just see it in everything that they're doing right now.
Yep. So that was Brewster back in at quarterback, who completes this pass to number 5, Gavin Mulhall. He gets met immediately by Matthew Arroyo, number 11. Does not get any yards after the catch, but they do gain 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 6. Brewster was one of the quarterbacks we saw in the first half for limited. He does hand off the ball, gives it to I believe it's number 3, Pompey. He rumbles forward, gaining 4 yards. That is Pompey who carried the ball. It'll bring up a 3rd down and a very short 2 or a very long 1, whichever way you'd rather see, half empty or half full. I guess it matters on your perspective. Brewster in the backfield. Motion man number 5. Everybody's towards the top, including the tight end. They're going to run it back opposite of what the protection was. They do gain the 1st down, but not much more after that. The clock will stop to move the chains. Ball is going to be spotted at the 49-yard line for Tribuco. And we do have a timeout now for an injury. So on that play, that was a fun little drawn-up play. You were talking about trick plays that were going to get lined up. That's more of a subtle trick play. So they had all their power set up on the left side of their line. Or for you watching at home, the way you are, at the top of your screen. They had a double tight end. They had a wing back set up there. And then they end up running the ball opposite of what you would think is the protection. So a bit of a counter play. It does move the linebackers up towards the power side. But they found their way through, got the 1st down. Hopefully this young man will be able to get back up and be okay to continue playing. And for Tribuco, I know they want him back. So that is Pompey, number 3. He is half the quarterback squad that's been out here and one of their leading rushers. 73 rushing yards coming into this game, most of which were as the quarterback who came in last week when their quarterback was initially hurt. Here we go. Tight end towards the bottom of the screen. 2 receivers on the top. Motion man is moving up. Back to pass. is Brewster. He finds the bubble. Again, Matthew Arroyo comes in. He says, I don't need to be asked where to be. I'm just going ahead and blow this up for you.
Loss of about, what is that, 4 or
1,
5 on that
2
play?
Yeah, loss of 4 on that. Game film matters. And when you see the game film from last week, that was one of the plays they like to run. They got out there quick. Matthew just had that little first initial burst of speed. Nobody was there to block him. He blew up the play. And he's hopping around like he's ready to go. Tribuco sets up for their second down and long. 2 receivers towards the bottom. Bit of softer coverage. Motion man again. It's going to end up being a keep by Brewster, who ends up going for it deep. He does have an open man.
Overthrows him.
Overthrows him. Hits the side. He was open. There was an opportunity there. But just that chemistry hasn't been developed quite yet. This will bring up a long third down. El Toro switching out their defensive linemen. Looking to apply a little bit more pressure. Perhaps. New names for us to call. That's Will Franco coming into the game. And Joe Luciano, number 93. Showing pressure initially. No linebacker set. Snap is good. Back to pass. A little bit of pressure. Finds a
underneath
crease.
Screen.
Yep. Good gain on third down. Looks to be about a 6-yard gain. This will bring up a 4th down and 8 for Tribuco. Right at midfield. This could be a decision point for them. They're subbing players out, so it looks like they're going to be punting this ball.
It's like they're more in a traditional punt formation this time, not the little quick kick that they ran the last time.
The up men, or the personal protection, are the big guys. I'm always watching for the fake. Number 80's back there to kick. Puts the ball up. Makes it short of Matthew Arroyo, who says, fire, fire, fire. And then says, nope, I'm going to take it. Makes the first guy miss. Doesn't gain much from it. He ends up getting down at the 21-yard line. That's where they'll take over at 1st and 10. Let's see if they can string together a, 79-yard backbreaker, you might call it. Okay. El Toro breaks the huddle and comes out. We do have a couple substitutions happening, so it looks like McCade Romo is now in the backfield. Receiving core is still the same. Wyatt Nucci's in the backfield. It's going to be a give. He does get met at the line of scrimmage for no gain, maybe a loss of a few inches. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for El Toro. We do have some new names to call. Number 7 for El Toro, Caius Dane is now out there to receive the ball. In the spot usually occupied by Matthew Arroyo. Snap is good. It is a pass to Tatau. Tatau gets enough for a 1st down where the clock will stop. He gets brought down at the 29-yard line. He's a little slow to get up from that. The referees will stop the play and give him an opportunity. He fell on the ball, which I know is not a comfortable thing. Clock is stopped at 7:31 left in the third quarter. So let's review Tribuco's schedule for the year. They had a game against Huntington Beach, which they won. 19-20 was their score. They ended up winning. Last week they played St. Pius, other words behind that. They won that one 27-22, and now they're here. They leave here to play Brea Olinda, and then have a really tough game after that, Corona Del Mar, before they enter league. They enter league against El Medina, Tustin, then Capo, Cypress, and Western. Okay, El Toro set up. 3 wide receivers towards the bottom of your screen. 3-man front. No extra pressure, no blitz. The give is to McCade Romo.
Breaks it on the outside.
Crease. Look at that speed. Fights his way forward just short of midfield. He gets brought down at the 49-yard line. Another first down for the Chargers. And
Nice 20-yard run by the sophomore.
another big chunk play. Matthew Rose back out on the field in the slot. 3 receivers in the bottom, 1 at the top. Snap is good. The give again is to Romo. Fights his way forward behind
Follow
the
his
wedge.
blockers.
Just going
Powers
with them.
through.
Fights more.
Running
Another
guy's
first down.
over.
Good for what looks to be a 12-yard gain. Those chains are going to be moving yet again for McCade Romo. I love seeing linemen push that far downfield. Malachi's back out on the field, number 26. Usually when we see him on the field, he's set up as a wing back. When he's set up as a wing back, it's typically going to be a run right behind him. Let's see if that trend continues. Nope, he's back off the field. Here we go. Snap is good. Quick pass to Bryce. Bryce has one
Good block
blocker,
on the
makes the
outside.
second guy miss, fights his way forward. Another 12-yard gain, maybe 13-yard gain. That'll be another first down for El Toro. The cheerleaders are getting their leg workout because every few seconds they have to jump off their boxes, move the chains, and jump up those boxes. I hope they're switching legs, or else they're going to end up with one very large worked out leg. Ball is placed at the 25, so we'll call it a 12-yard run. First down. Trips at the top, 3-man front. And they're bailing to go with the double high safety. Oh, nope, they're going to give it to McCade Romo. Was that McCade?
No, that was number 20.
Number 20, that's a new name for us to call. That is James Doolittle. James Doolittle is marked up at 5'6", 140 pounds.
McCade Romo's back out on the field now.
Yep. Ball is spotted at the 18-yard line. Third down and what looks to be a long 3. 3 wide receivers at the top. Tribuco's showing pressure now. They might be bringing 4 this time. And they do. They bring 5. They bring the cornerbacks. Quick pass out to the outside. They have some blockers. That will be a first down. This finally gets brought down what looks like the 11-yard line. That will move the chains once again for El Toro. It'll be first down and 10 on the 11-yard line. Tribuco's dialing up the pressure on that one. It was just quick pass. I mean, you don't need a blocker if the ball comes out within 2 steps, within half a count. Let's see what they go with now. 3-man pressure, 2 up, 2 down. Romo in the backfield, and the give is to Romo. He does break through the first attempt at tackle. He fights his way forward. I would say 4 or 5-yard gain.
To be about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I think they're going to spot the ball. It's going to be 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6. The ball is spotted on the 7-yard line. El Toro not just moving the ball, but eating time up. It's 4 minutes left. 4 minutes, 44 seconds left in the quarter.
Malachi Mena in at running back.
Yep. That's a big fullback. Let's see what they do with this. The give is to Malachi Mena. Nope, it's not. It was kept. Oh! See, my old eyes aren't working for me. It was a fake to Malachi. They attempted to pass it back out to either Matthew or Bryce, but the pass was just a little high. I think it was lucky to be high because there was a lot of Tribuco players in the vicinity. Clock is stopped. 4:30 left in the quarter. We do have third down and what looks to be 6. Let's see what Tribuco pulls up because the red zone's where they tend to clamp down. El Toro comes out. 3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. Malachi Mena is still in the backfield. Snap is good. Back to pass. Looking for...
Got him in the corner.
There it is.
Touchdown,
looking for Matthew Arroyo.
Touchdown, Chargers.
And there's a flag. And there's a flag on the play, but it happened well after the play, so the touchdown's going to count. That'll bring the score now to 55 for El Toro, 7 for Tribuco. Let's see what this flag is. I'm guessing excessive celebration. Are they going to make it an unsportsmanlike? Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike, yep. against El Toro. The touchdown is still good. Let's see if they're going to choose to assess it here or assess it on the kickoff. So it'll go on the kickoff. El Toro will still go for the 1 point extra point. Looks like Lofthouse wanted a bit of an explanation on this. So he walked over to the referee. My guess is that the celebration was big and the celebration was maybe not something the referees wanted to see. I'm guessing Lofthouse is saying, what are you talking about? He was way off the field. How can this be too big of a deal? So they're re-signaling because everyone gets... Oh, wait, no. The touchdown is good. Yep. And it's going to be... They're going to assess it on the kickoff. So that little wave that he does, it looks like he's doing the half-arm waves when you dance on the dance floor. That means it'll be assessed on the kickoff. El Toro is set up for the extra point. Snap is good. Ball is down. It's up. It's going to be good. So to bring the score 56-7 for El Toro. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in this contest.
El Toro's making a statement. They want everybody to know they are the team that is up and coming now. Tribuco, they've had their time the last 5 years. El Toro's coming up. They're tired of seeing kids that live across the street go across town to Tribuco. They want those kids coming home. This is where you want to play.
Yep. The exciting part is because of a game like this happening, the rivalry's back to meaning something big again. Where next year, who knows what's going to happen again? Same thing as this year. You know, everybody comes in and has a preconceived notion of what this should play out like. The rankings are what they are. This is within the school district. This is what this game is going to be. But now the headlines have been rewritten. The future of this rivalry has been rewritten. And it's now back alive. Okay. So after the 15-yard penalty, El Toro will be kicking from the 25-yard line. I mean, I know he's got a great leg on him, but I don't think it's going to go into the end zone. Let's see what happens. Kick is up. They continue with the short kick. Same player that got beat last time is putting the ball up. Finds a blocker, but again, same two people tackling. Same kind of tackle. That was Stevenson in on the tackle along with Quattro Schindel with the initial contact. So the two linebackers team up on that takedown. The ball is going to be put down at the 46-yard line. So you'll be asking yourself, what is the, what do you call the mercy rule in high school football? So the mercy rule in high school football is in the fourth quarter, if the lead is more than 28 points, the clock will not stop. It'll continue to run, unless it's agreed upon by both coaches ahead of time to run the clock. Since the clock is stopping, they have not agreed upon that. Therefore, the clock will run like normal until the fourth quarter. Tribuco does a handoff up the middle, gains quite a few yards, finds some blockers, does get a first down. That will be a 14-yard run for Tribuco. Ball is put down at the 41-yard line. The chains will move. Did you see the quarterback? I don't know who's quarterbacking for them now. I think number 26 is still the quarterback. So they are sticking with Brewster. Pompey is in the backfield with them as the running back. And Mulhall is the motion back, which seems to be more of a lead blocker for him. Handoff again is to Pompey. Finds a crease on the outside. Does gain what looks to be 5 to 6 yards on that carry. They're going to call it a 6-yard gain. Ball is put down at the 35-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for Tribuco. Tribuco is driving. They're threatening now. They're starting to sniff the end zone a little bit. 2 receivers towards the bottom of the screen. 1 running back, tight end towards the bottom. It's going to be a quick pass to number 20. That's Everett Schwerer. Schwerrer. Schwerer. Who's also listed as one of their quarterbacks. Junior, 6'2", 165. 3 receivers now. Nope, 2 receivers and a tight end. El Toro is just showing a 3-man rush. It's going to be a rollout by the quarterback. Tries to throw it. Finds his man complete. Gets brought down. That is number 10 on the reception. That is Beckham Nolan. Wide receiver, 6 foot. That will move the chains for for Tribuco, which is now in the red zone. They are on the 15-yard line. Let's see if El Toro's defense can start to clamp down on this. Noah Cisneros is alone at the top of the screen. It is a quick handoff to number 21. That is Luke Hoffman on the carry. Actually, I will call it a catch because the quarterback does possess the ball, passes it quickly forward, so that is considered a forward pass. If he was to drop it, there is no fumble. That would be an incomplete pass. The gain is 6 yards, bringing up 2nd and 4. The line to gain is the 6-yard line. Tribuco is going quickly. Brewster in the backfield. Hands it off towards the middle. Gets met immediately at the line of scrimmage by number 0. That is Achille Segura. Another tackle for a loss. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 for Tribuco. Play call is in. Tribuco set up in a very tight formation. It's going to be a quick pass. They're going to look for that tight end wingback, number 5. He gets met immediately by El Toro. This might be close to a first down. He's going to be short. That is Devin Kostick on the tackle, number 33. It's going to bring up 4th and 1 for Tribuco. Last time this happened, they had some confusion, and they had to call a timeout. They ran a partial give, not give play, but it's a different formation this time. Quarterback is under center. Everybody's up and in. Quarterback decides to hand it off this time. He will be up for a first down. But we do have a flag. So I believe he got enough yards for a first down because the referees are spotting him at the 5-yard line when the line of gain was the 6-yard line. Afterwards, there were a little bit of extracurriculars. Let's see who that's going to be on. It's going to be a dead ball, personal foul against Tribuco. So because it is a dead ball foul, again, the first down will count. They will get a new set of downs, but the ball will get brought back 15 yards. So it will be first down Tribuco. The ball is put down at the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. So once the referee does that signal, which is the go signal, if a penalty happens after that, then it would be, 1st and 25. The give is to number 3, Pompey. Tries to find a crease in the middle, and he does find one enough for what looks to be 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. The ball is on the 16-yard line. This might be the strategy for them now. Can't intercept the ball if you're just handing it off, right? Also keeps the clock moving. We have 1:26 left. This second half is going to be light speed. Here we go. Second down play. Everyone tight again. This time, 2 receivers towards the bottom of your screen. It's going to go back to pass. Looks for an open man. Overthrows everybody.
Nobody home.
Yep, I believe the intended receiver was number 5. I can't see the back of him right now, so I can't tell you exactly who it was, but it was an overthrown ball. 3rd down and 6 for Tribuco. Intended receiver was number 5, Gavin Mulhall. Clock is stopped at 1:08. Snap is good. Oh, fumble though. And it's recovered by El Toro. It is recovered by number 0, Achille Segura. It was a good snap. Quarterback just tried to prep himself for a pass, and in that little flip action, lost control of the ball. Hits the ground, hits his knee, hits the foot, hits the ground, and then hits Achilles, who recovers the ball. Ball is spotted on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for El Toro. We have 1:03 left in the 3rd quarter. Okay, a few different faces now coming out for El Toro. Wyatt Nucci is still playing quarterback. McCade Romo is back there with them. The receiving core has been switched out. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. The handoff is to McCade Romo, who runs it up the middle, finds himself a hole, keeps fighting, says, I'm going to get this first down today, folks. And he does. Gets brought down at the 31-yard line, 11-yard gain. Move the chains.
Tell you, the Chargers are feeling themselves right now.
Yep. There is a curtain call for Wyatt Nucci. Starting quarterback is off the field and entering the field. Whew. What's his number? Number 10.
That's going to be sophomore
Torrey Tomlinson. The give is to McCade Romo. Fights his way forward.
keeps fighting.
Yep. Holds on to the ball. There is a 5-yard gain. Could be, nope, it's a 6-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4. I'm going to go with Torrey Tomlinson as the quarterback. He is a sophomore, 6'1", 185 pounds. So it looks like El Toro is subbing out some of their starters. They're going to go ahead and ride this out to the end of the 3rd quarter, folks. So here we go. With the score of 56-7, it looks like El Toro is going to give some opportunities to the younger players. Now we're entering the zone of a running clock. So the clock should not stop unless there's a timeout or an injury on the field. So this should be close to a true 12-minute quarter running clock. And folks, nobody would have expected this. I know people hoped for it. I know people wanted it. And they're getting it. But here's the best part. It's not just the score. It's not just the win of the game. It's the spirit in the stands, folks. The student section is still all here. The stands are packed on the El Toro side. They've emptied out quite a bit on the Tribuco side, but on the El Toro side, the fans have stayed. They have said, we see you winning. We see that you're going to win this game, but we're not going to leave. That's the community El Toro is building and that you need to be a part of. I love that you guys are watching. We're averaging about 400 to 500 viewers a week on this, and I love that. But you need to get your butts in seats over here, folks. You don't want to miss out on what this season means for these boys. Here we go. Starting the 4th quarter. 3 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. 3-man front for Tribuco. It is going to be a pass up to the top of the field. Whew. He gets met by a couple defenders. The pass was completed to number 13, Troy Horner. Horner. He is a senior wide receiver for El Toro. It is a loss of 2 yards on that.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 7 for El Toro.
Referees do stop the clock to send somebody off the field. Yep, they're just taking some sweatbands. So, folks, it looks great on Saturday when they wear all the different sweatbands and around the arms. But by rule, you're only supposed to wear them around your wrist. So the extra flash you get on the bicep, not allowed. They let him stay on the field. They just took off his bands, and they may continue on. 3 wide receiver bunch at the bottom for El Toro. Showing pressure. Snap is good. Pressure comes. Big pass. Ooh, over the head. The intended receiver was number 14 for El Toro. That is Aaron Kobzef, also a senior wide receiver, 6'3". That will bring up a 4th down for El Toro, who's going to be punting the ball away to Tribuco. It's great to be calling some different names out today. It's good that some of these young men are going to get a chance to be out here on the field and show what they have. It still means something to somebody right now. And that's what makes it fun. So, good job, young man. Way to be out there. Tribuco is setting up to punt. They better get it off soon because the referees might be calling a play clock. Henry Tingy is a long snapper for El Toro, number 50, 5-0. Snap is good. Kick is off, and it's a booming kick. Fair catch called for by Tribuco, who fields it at what I'm going to call the 37-yard line, but will probably be spotted somewhere near the 38, and it is. So Tribuco will start 1st and 10 on their 38. El Toro sends out its defense. And again, there's going to be an opportunity for a bunch of new names to be called. Because El Toro is giving some of these young men a chance to play. Now, this is where it gets awesome. These young men are getting an opportunity to play in the big rivalry game. Forget the score. Forget everything else. You get to play. So it means something. So this is going to mean for something for all 11 boys out there for El Toro. They're going to be fighting to keep the score where it's at. Looks like a 2-man rush, 3-man rush. Not a lot of pressure. Passes completed to the middle of the field. Runs it forward. Carries the ball to the 45-yard line for El Toro. We do have a player down. That is number 27 on the field. Anthony Ceja, the senior. He's been playing most of the game so far.
Looks like just some cramping.
Yep. I was going to say, young man, if you just got on the field for the first time and you're cramping in the first play, we have a hydration issue. But no, he has been out on the field for most of the game. He's allowed to cramp.
I'm seeing a lot of sophomores getting out on that field right now. There's a lot of sophomores in that huddle.
That's right. Your boy plays on the JV team, correct?
That's right.
So yeah, these are the guys you remember. They're getting an opportunity to come and see some playtime. What better way to get some playtime than against the crosstown rival?
Looks like you got CJ Vocal coming in at linebacker.
Yep, number 40.
Anthony Sue at safety. What else we got out there?
Let's start calling some names. Make sure these boys get some recognition. Got Hudson George? No.
Luke Williams
63.
is out there, number 19.
Nick Fegan's out there, 63. Bryant Sanchez at 53. Bryant Sanchez is a senior, though. Normally an offensive lineman. Jaden Christensen, number 54, is getting some playtime out here for us.
All these guys are sophomores, really.
Luke Williams out here, number 19, towards the bottom. Snap is good. They give us to number 5. Oh, Jaden Christensen almost gets a tackle, but everybody else gets into it. Who was that? Number 98 was in on that tackle for El Toro. That's Edwin Garcia, but he gets out and replaced. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and have a second down. It's going to be a personal foul. Let's see who it's against. So there were a couple blocks that maybe were a little excessive towards the end and far away from that play. So it's going to be a dead ball, personal foul against Tribuco. So some of those blocks downfield were just a little bit extra. They're looking out there probably a little frustrated. And you see some of these younger players coming in. And, you know, they're still young kids at the end of the day, trying to get their pound of flesh. But that does result in a 15-yard penalty, so the referees are saying, nope, we're not going to have this today. That will not be part of the game. We will continue to play a clean football game. They will assess a 15-yard penalty, bringing up second down and what looks to be 23 yards to go.
You got to remember, too, Brian, like you said, El Toro, they haven't won in 5 years. Tribuco, they haven't lost in 5 years. So for these kids, they've never lost before.
There's the flag.
And so you know that there's going to be some frustration on their end.
Yep. So the pass was intended for number, I can't see his name, but I'll get the number eventually. The pass was intended for the wide receiver. It was slightly underthrown. When the receiver slows down, the cornerback is unaware that the ball was coming, makes contact with him prior to the ball landing. The back judge throws the flag. Intended receiver was number 21, Luke Hoffman, who is still the all-purpose yard leader for Tribuco, so he's still on the field. That will be not like you think at home, not the NFL where the ball is placed at the spot of the foul, and it's a first down. Not like in college, but the high school rule gives you a 15-yard penalty from the original line of scrimmage, and you replay the down. So it does not result automatically in a first. It'll still be second down, but now it'll be second down and 8 to go. Ball is put down at the 43-yard line for El Toro. Clock continues to run. We have 6 minutes and 27 seconds left in the game. I'm excited for these young men. Back to pass is 26. Throws it at his receiver, also intended for 21, still Hoffman, but he didn't know the ball was intended to him. Ball falls behind him as he's running. He decides, I don't need to get that ball.
Little
Ball is-
miscommunication. Looks like the quarterback was thinking that receiver was going to run a completely different route.
Yeah, he was expecting a comeback. I don't think 21 was expecting the ball. Body language is important, folks, so pay attention to it. If you have a young person at home watching this game, teach them what body language matters. We've all seen El Toro lose games and see where their body language is. You have to keep your spirits up no matter what. 3-man front, no extra pressure seems to be coming. Tight formation, back to pass, 26. Oh, hurry.
Great defense.
That was
Who was
number
that?
54. That's Jaden Christensen on the pass breakup, linebacker. 64, 11th grader. So junior, linebacker, 6'2", 220. Also plays basketball.
He had a great read, great jump on that pass.
Now, some of you at home might be saying, where's the pass interference? No, it's called bang bang. That's a reference the officials use. If the contact is pretty much instantaneous with the ball appearing, even if it's a little early, but it's right there, bang bang, you don't call that penalty. Great play, young man. Snap is good. 26 is back to pass. Looks for a receiver. Oh, almost intercepted. Almost intercepted, but it gets brought out of his hands. Number 21, Hoffman, who's still the leading yardage maker for Trabuco, their junior, on the reception.
That was a good recovery by Hoffman. He slipped and got back up and still managed to make that play in front of the defensive back. That was really good play by him.
I think it's Jordan Chavez, is that number 6? They give us to number 5, bounces himself around there, finds a hole on the side, and makes it in for a possible touchdown. I'm looking at the officials. Yep, signaled as a touchdown. So that is going to be a touchdown for Trabuco. That brings our score to 56-13. 4 minutes, 19 seconds left in the game. You catch the number that was number 5. So that was Evan Negrete for Trabuco. Oh, no, sorry. Gavin Mulhall, senior running back who started the game with them. 5'8", 175. Kick is up. It's going to be good. That'll make it 56-14. 4 minutes, 19 seconds left to go in the game. So a little bit of excitement there for whatever Trabuco fans are still here with them today. Back to receive our number 8, Troy Tatautau, and number 1, Bryce Thacker. Do you onside kick it here? I mean, the game is what it is. But do you onside kick it? Is this rivalry mean that much to do that?
I think with only 4 minutes left, I would be shocked to see if they onside kick it. Now they may do like a pooch kick, and he does have it lined up like he's gonna do an onside.
Yep.
He's got the ball laying on its side like they're gonna try to do like a squib kick.
I'm the king of petty. I onside kick it. I show my kids that I'm still wanting to fight for this game. I mean, they're keeping their starters out there for a reason. Nope. It is a kick. Ball does go out of bounds, so the flag does come out. Bryce thought about running it back. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line for El Toro. Let's see what their offense looks like this time around. I'm seeing new numbers out there, so we're going to see some players that we haven't seen before. Yep, I'm not seeing Tingy out there. I'm not seeing Nelly. So the offensive line is going to have a switch out. Trabuco is keeping their starters on the field. At least on the defensive line. New center for El Toro is going to be 64. Hudson George. Snap is good. The give is 2. Romo finds a hole, finds his way forward, does gain 2 yards on the carry. Clock continues to roll. New offensive lineman also in is Heelan Stevenson, sophomore. So what's coming up for El Toro? I'm happy you asked, people. After this, El Toro will be loading some buses. The give is to Romo again. Fights his way forward. Gains another yard, perhaps. So El Toro is going to load up some buses and make the trip to Sin City for a football game against Foothill High School. Not the Foothill locally. Foothill High School in Las Vegas. That'll be on September 19th. And then September 27th, another local game against Aliso Niguel. So that game was initially scheduled to be played on August 29th. It had to be moved back. So now Saturday, people, September 27th, Aliso Niguel versus El Toro at Aliso Niguel. 2 receivers top and bottom. Quarterback is set. Snap is good. Pass is off. Dropped, intended for McCade Romo. The clock will continue to run. 2:43 left. This will bring up a 4th down for El Toro, who will be punting the ball away. After the Aliso game starts league. So they'll be starting with Canyon at home, Sonora away, Irvine at home, Santa Ana away, and Troy away. It's going to be exciting this league season. I know El Toro's dying to win league this year and make some noise in the playoffs. We'll see what they pull off. Okay. Punt formation is set. Good snap. Kick is off. Nice and high. Fair catch called for. Fair catch made. Ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line. Clock continues to go. We have 1:45 left-ish in the game. El Toro continuing to make some changes on the defense to see, nope, same players as last series. So no, we have the same ones. Let's see what these young men can do to hold on to this. I'm sure Tribuco is going to want to save a little bit of motivation. Oh, we have a penalty there. Kick catch interference. So there was contact with the receiver or with the return man. I think El Toro was saying they were blocked into him, but no, the referees are going to say it was kick catch interference or fair catch. Where are my words?
Kick catch interference.
Wow. Unique New York. 15-yard penalty. First and 10 on the 50-yard line. Yep. El Toro brings a little bit of pressure. It is a give to number 5, who gets brought down by the defensive back, number 6 for El Toro, Jordan Chavez. That is a 5-yard gain. Ball is put down at the 45-yard line. 30 seconds left in the game. They're going for the pass. They're going to try and get a big chunk of this out, and the ball is going to fall incomplete. Intended for either number 20, who was the closest man to the ball. That is, ooh, there's 2 number 20s. So I'm going to say it's Everett Schweer. But the clock keeps going, and that will end the game, folks. So, an exciting game all around. Final score, El Toro 56, Tribuco 14. Folks, the rivalry's alive. El Toro's feeling it. Get out here to watch a game, folks. You'll have an opportunity to come see a game in a couple weeks. So 3 weeks from now, come and see El Toro at home. The next home game will be against Canyon High School to open up league on October 3rd. Buy your tickets, show up, show out, be loud. Nate, anything?
That was fun, Brian.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was yes. it was a level of excitement that I was hoping for and excited to have. So, folks, thank you. Tip your waitresses after this is all done. Drive home safely for those of you listening in the stands. Everybody at home, enjoy your Friday evening. Enjoy your weekend. Go Chargers.